We're doing KFFL Week 6. Woo! Man, we had some great matchups, great games, a lot of disappointments. Let's get talking about the first matchups for this week. Was there anything we're going to talk about football-wise?
What about Aaron Rodgers discount double check?
Right on you.
It's back.
I still own you. Epic moments of energy on football this week. I love it.
Yeah, he don't like Chicago or the Bears. I don't think.
Hey man, that rivalry exists. If he doesn't get another ring, at least he knows he owns Chicago.
Everybody in Chicago hates Aaron Rodgers.
That would be the legend of Aaron Rodgers, the Chicago Bear killer. Other crazy stories: head coach and GM out for the Arizona Cardinals. Who helped lead that team was
wide receiver head coach.
What's his name?
Was the wide receivers coach
Spencer Whipple,
and with assistance from offensive line coach Sean Kugler.
Man, at least we know they'll never have their head coach. They can do something in the playoffs. They got many smart guys on that team to help them hook it up.
Don't you feel like that's like a destiny type of team? Like when something like this happens,
everything clicks. Yeah. Everything's clicking. All the right pieces came together this year, and man,
they're winning the games they're supposed to win. They're coming through on the tough games. Like, yeah,
the NFC looks tough this year. Them and
Bucks. It's Bucks still.
Dallas, surprisingly, I'll say it. I don't even like saying
they barely won.
I'll say they look decent.
No.
I'm not gonna say look great, but I'll say they look decent.
They don't look Cardinals level, not my opinion.
Any other weird stories? We wait till the end of Monday night to record this. We just saw a pretty good Monday night game.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing about our league. Our league is majority Bills fans. They're in New York, so this was a heartbreak.
Stats rolling in, y'all, man. Tennessee got it done tonight.
Yeah, well, the Bills just got to regroup.
Can't blame them. They were mad at losing for the Jets last week. You can't be mad the Titans are coming back at that.
Derrick Henry.
King Henry.
Yeah, he's turned out to be the best running back in the NFL.
Oh, man. Any other football news?
No, let's just get on to the matchups.
Let's go.
All right, so matchup number one, we got the Playmakers versus the Big Green Meanies. Playmakers 112.8, Meanies 133.4. And man, that was a nice beatdown for me. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I made some moves this week, and almost all my moves work. I put in J.D. McKinnis, and that got me 11 points. Like he was over as projected. I put in Ricky Seals-Jones, got another 11 points. But then Terry McLaurin, man.
Let's just talk about the real things. Let's talk about Tyler Lockett having a real rough game against Pittsburgh, playing with Geno Smith. Deontay Johnson still being a big target for Big Ben, but still having a rough time. Big Ben's still overshooting the ball. It's been a rough game.
Yeah, but he gets so many targets, and it doesn't matter.
That was still a rough game to watch between both teams, making them low points for you.
Yep.
And then we're looking over here. Lamar Jackson, Hollywood Brown, still taking the win over against the Browns, but not as high scoring as they should be for the Big Green Meanies.
Heck no. And Hollywood Brown once again dropped a touchdown pass.
And Lamar Jackson with 2 interceptions, saving his ass with the rush.
Yeah. And then the Ravens running game was just on point. And then he got saved between the old combo, Matthew Stafford and Breakfast Buddy Cooper.
Man, Breakfast Buddy, man, we talk about this every time they go up together. That's at least freaking 50 points together, if not 40.
Yeah, man, that's a good connection.
Yeah, it's 50 points this week between those two.
It's a good connection between those two right there, and it works out.
We keep talking about that.
All right, let's head on to match number 2.
Man, match number 2 between the Fluffy Little Bunnies and Armor's Army lost by literally 2.2. And like I said, it comes down to the last game of the night today. The Bills taking -2 points. Even if they would have just made anything. Fluffy Little Bunnies gonna
so much.
I'm sorry, I'm just so mad. The Fluffy Little Bunnies gonna have the first win this week. Thanks to poor defense. They're not getting their W.
And whose defense? The Bills' defense. Yeah, man. If they just did anything.
Other than that, Heineke, low performing.
Yeah.
You got Kareem Hunt,
Kareem Hunt got hurt. And he might be, I don't know how hurt he is, but he might be multiple week hurts now.
Isn't Nick Chubb also hurt for that team? The Browns looking a little funky.
Yeah. And then Over here on Armor's Army, Josh Allen. That's the only bill that came through for these guys. Is Josh Allen.
Even in the loss, still putting up over 20 points.
Yep.
And, you know,
he would have lost this game if he didn't have that monster game. So, yeah, he owes everything to Josh Allen. So, Army is the only one who's not allowed to be mad at the Bills.
3 different Bills pieces factor into this last matchup for Monday night with Allen, Diggs, and the defense. I just can't believe that's what came into it being 2.2 points apart.
So close. She's going to get it sooner. I thought she had it. I didn't even look at it. And I was like, oh, Buddy's winning. She's got this.
That's why we wait till the end. That's why we wait till after the last game.
All right, let's go to matchup number 3. All right, we got Nothing is Sacred versus Mike's Mafia, 107.6 to 109.1. Another close matchup.
2 quarterbacks hurting on the loss. Nothing is Sacred.
Oh, yeah, but that's what killed him. If one of these quarterbacks came through, he would have won this game.
Daniel Jones game pulled out early. Justin Herbert game pulled out early. Wide receivers not putting it out. And Gibson, well, who are you going up against?
But he got pulled out early, too.
Injuries.
Injuries this year seem to be worse than ever.
Derrick Henry's, being the top scorer for the team, trying pulling out all the stops to get you to win. Couldn't make it. Down by 2.
He almost did. Derrick Henry's almost single-handedly won.
Single-handedly.
I've never seen anything like that, I don't think.
Man, like I said, still mad about the Jets last week. But let's go ahead and look at Mike's Mafia. Let's look at his pieces.
Yeah, well, Kirk Cousins coming through for him. Like, why is he scoring so
He's a roller coaster. That guy's never going to make it in the playoffs, but he's good for fantasy. We'll say that. Tannehill just...
Yep. And he got just pretty much average play through his other guys. Thielen, of course, because when Cousins on, Thielen's on. And then the other guy, Josh Jacobs. But he got pretty average scores.
And even the Pittsburgh defense, which I got to talk about going above. Projected, I'll take that.
But. Well, you got Geno Smith. He is looking bad.
And Jamal Adams out there. Like I said, horrible Sunday night game to watch.
All right. Let's go to the next matchup.
Next matchup is Audible Moose taking the win over Postal Pigeons. Even with 2 great scoring quarterbacks, Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts putting up 50 points for Postal Pigeons, and my favorite quarterback still gets the L against Audible Moose. Let's look at the pieces. What do we got? Who totally blew it for them besides that?
I mean, it was a pretty high-scoring game. I guess a decent high-scoring game, but...
Mike Evans not getting enough targets. Antonio Brown, looking better and better every week. But
look at it. He just had his receivers, his tight end, quite a few low scoring, and then his defense didn't help at all. -2 points.
That Broncos defense ain't nothing.
Oh, yeah, it was supposed to be good, but the Raiders showed up that game.
Even Baker Mayfield looking kind of bad, and even Derek Carr without John Gruden, getting resigning last week.
Yeah, I wonder who's coaching the Raiders in.
Huh?
We didn't look that up. Well, we'll look it up here.
That's still part of the news.
Yeah, but besides that, I mean, the fact that he came out with this win, he's got to feel lucky because usually Pigeon scores a lot more.
Even
points.
without a wide receiver putting up over 10 points, he's still able to pull out the win. It's that Colts defense somehow did it this week against Houston, but Houston doesn't even have an offense to save right now.
No. Yeah, they're done.
So he gave Austin Moose that win.
Yep.
Just for little things like that.
All right. Let's go to the last matchup. We got what? I don't know how to pronounce this. My dicks. I don't know. We just saying the Swine Riders versus the Bounty Hunters. 105.3 to 105.8.
0.5. Even with their secondary quarterbacks being close and close and their league quarterbacks being close and close.
Yep.
Let's look at what came down to the factor for each side.
Well, it looks like Swine Riders had the better running backs, but Hunters had the better wide receivers with CeeDee Lamb coming through with a monster game.
It's taking more targets than Amari Cooper on the other side for Swine Riders.
Oh, yeah. I think CeeDee Lamb's #1 now.
He's #1 now?
Just because Cooper, he seems to be always hurt. There's always something wrong with him and stuff. He's kind of older. Yeah, I think CeeDee Lamb's taking over.
That's pretty cool. He's a young guy. He's going to bring plenty of good years for them.
Yep. But he kind of owes his whole win to CeeDee Lamb because nobody else really showed up on his team. Defense didn't show up. Kicker didn't show up. You know what I'm saying?
Feel decent. Eckler is usually pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, let's see how far he underperformed. 10 points underperforming. Even Eckler underperforming.
Yep.
Bounty Hunters got the win by 0.5. Could have been more. But, man,
We'll talk about a close game.
Wait till the last minute for that.
All right, man. So now let's talk about the MVP and the dog. This is a unique one for the MVP to dog because both are on the same team. So who's the MVP?
Man, MVP is Derrick Henry. This is why we wait till Monday night to do this. Derrick Henry. How many touchdowns did he get?
3 touchdowns, hat trick. They were saying that on the internet.
75-yard touchdown run.
You know,
man,
he looked like a beast on that run too. I saw it too. He made one little cut, went around one little block, and then he just sped up so fast. He just flew past everybody.
Run game completely took over. Ryan Tannehill looks like an okay quarterback. Starting to look like Miami Tannehill.
Yeah, he looked okay. It was all Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry saved the day, saved that game.
Yeah, but
didn't get the win, but still, you got one great player for you that could.
You had the MVP on the team and still couldn't pull it out because you also had the dog on the team.
And dog of the week, Justin Herbert, underprojected by how much? Let me see that number real quick. Are you looking too?
I'll look if you get to.
Wait, there you go. 13.1.
13.1. Here's something unique about Justin Herbert in our league. Just last week, Justin Herbert was the MVP. Wasn't he the MVP?
Yeah, he had the monsters game last week. Man, this week. Did it happen twice in a row where Dak Prescott first week MVP, next week became the dog?
It's something about quarterbacks. They got a monster game that next week. They ain't playing so well.
Man, everybody making me feel
yeah, Justin Herbert, the whole Chargers just looks, they look horrible. Maybe they did play too hard on that last game.
Even against a rough Ravens team.
Yep, because the Ravens defense wasn't supposed to be like it was, and they shut the Chargers down.
Lamar Jackson, now the winningest quarterback at the age of 25.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. Put that stat up if we find it.
Okay, I will.
I think he passed Dan Marino or something like that. Any other football news before we go? How about Patrick Mahomes?
What about Patrick Mahomes?
Everyone else is freaking out about it. I don't believe the hype. 15th interception in the last 15 starts?
Yeah, but if you watch the game...
I don't care. Everyone who thinks this is the downfall, that's dumb. Y'all overhyping this. Y'all just want to see him go down.
I think his receivers need to step up because there's a lot of tip balls getting intercepted for him. But he is still a little wild, but he's always going to be wild. He's like Brett Favre. You know what I mean?
He's a real gunslinger.
He's like Brett Favre, but better accuracy. But he's still going to throw some interceptions.
Doesn't say stupid stuff either.
No.
I hate seeing that.
Yeah. And then with that DeAndre Hopkins play, man, that's the play of the year right there. It's just a little screen pass. He jukes these two defenders. They run into each other. Stiffs arm one, powers to another, touchdown. That's a great one.
Houston didn't want that with a whole year without drop passes. We're like, no, we'll pass on him.
That's crazy that Houston traded DeAndre.
All these pieces coming together in Arizona. Somehow Arizona's finally becoming this super team.
JJ Watt on Arizona. Mm-hmm. All right, man. Well, I guess that's it for KFFL.
That's it this week.
All right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.